Hey guys, it's Joshua here with saltyscales.com, and what today's video is going to be on is how to rig a shrimp. Now there's many different ways to rig a shrimp, but I think it's important to learn the anatomy of your baits that you're using, so that way you can understand how they naturally look in the wild, and therefore you can present the baits most naturally, so that way you entice the most strikes. So there's a few basic ways that I prefer to rig a shrimp. As you can see a lot of the vital organs in the shrimp. The ganglion, which is also known as the brain or the gray matter inside the shrimp. This is what you want to be careful of for the first way that I'm going to show you. In order to rig this, what I do is I take my hook, and you can see this horn here. It's a very sharp, large horn. It's serrated, and this is one of their defense mechanisms. So what you do is you take the shrimp and do not penetrate that black dot. Obviously it's the brain. If you want a live shrimp, you won't penetrate the brain. So right before that spot and in the horn itself, you want to take your hook, penetrate underneath the serrated horn of the shrimp. Okay? And it's going to look just like this. So that is what it's going to look like, and that's going to allow this shrimp to swim freely. It's not going to harm it in the sense that it's going to be it's going to be very active, and it's going to act naturally. Now the other way that you can rig this is through the tail, and I really enjoy rigging this through the tail, and the reason that is because the majority of the weight, of course, is in the front portion of the shrimp. So it's a lot easier to cast. So you can see the tail here, how it fans out. What I'll do is I'll take my hook. Oh, he don't like that. I'll take my hook and I'll hook him right in between, right in the center. Yeah, he really doesn't like that. And go out the top. So it's going to look just like that. Okay, so that's going to allow you to get further cast, and it's also going to present itself naturally in the water. So it's a very effective way to rig your shrimp. Now last but not least, I like to also use a jig head when I'm rigging my shrimp. And this is a simple technique. All you have to do is break the end of the tail off, just like that, and use your jig head and run it through the underside of the shrimp or through the piece that you just broke off, and as it rounds, pull the barb through and push the jig head in. So it's going to look just like that. And that's the ultimate end result. Now what that does is it gives the scent of the shrimp, but it also keeps him alive for a period of time. So he's still flicking around, and it ultimately will still trigger that or entice that bite. So these are three effective techniques. If you use any of the three, I promise you, you'll do well. If you have any questions, concerns, don't hesitate to post on the YouTube page or go to saltyscales.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you, and we'll see you on the water.